This is the body of the guitar, the part that rests on your leg. Then we have the neck, and then we have the head. Body, neck, head. We have strings. We count the strings pitch-wise from high to low. So the high E string, string 1. B string is going to be string 2. G string, string 3. D string, string 4. A string is string 5. And then low E is string 6. Then on the body, you'll see we have the bridge and the sound hole. Now, depending on if you have a steel string guitar, your bridge might have little pegs in it. I have, again, a nylon string guitar, classical guitar. So my strings are actually tied on to the bridge right here. And you might have something called the saddle, which is this little white bone part right here that fits onto the bridge. That affects the guitar's action, which is essentially the height of the strings. How far are the strings from the fingerboard, the fretboard? So we have, again, bridge, saddle, sound hole. That's it. When we play close to the bridge, it's kind of a brighter sound. We typically are going to want to play right here where the sound hole begins. That's going to allow all the sound waves to permeate throughout the guitar body and, come out really cleanly. Normal tone, kind of right in the middle. Really mellow and melodic, that's tasso. And then bright and metallic, that's ponticello. But I recommend definitely getting started just doing it right here at the beginning of the sound hole. So let's actually jump up to the head of the guitar now. As you can see, each string runs and goes through a little hole. This is called the tuning peg right here. Typically, you're going to turn the tuning peg clockwise to tighten the string, therefore raise the pitch, or you're going to twist it counterclockwise, which would loosen the string and lower the pitch. But I don't know who strung your guitar or how it's strung. That's just generally speaking the rule of thumb when it comes to that. Next, we have the neck and we have what's called the fretboard, where we put our fingers down. It's called the fretboard or the fingerboard. This little metal section, this is a fret. So technically this first little area is called fret 1. You probably have a dot on fret 5, I would guess. Unless you have a traditional Spanish guitar, sometimes those don't have any dots on them whatsoever. But if you have a steel string guitar, you may even have a dot on fret 3. Other guitars typically have a dot on fret 5 and on fret 7. And that's just because those are really common areas that we're going to be playing on guitar. If you're playing really, really quickly, these little dots are a great visual reference point. A lot of steel string guitars might actually have a double dot on fret 12. So again, you might have different dots. Some people even have dots on the fingerboard itself, like on the fretboard. You'll see a little circle on fret 5 and fret 7. Again, these are just common places that you're going to play things on guitar. Let's talk a little bit about our hands. Now in classical guitar, the left hand fingers, we use numbers. Finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I say, put finger 1 on string 1, fret 1, that means right here. This is the first fret, this is the first string, this is finger 1. If I say, put finger 2 on fret 2, string 5, you count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you make sure you're on the second fret, boom, there you go. So that's how I'm going to be talking to you when I'm telling you how to build chords. We're going to be using these numbers, this numeric system. So for the right hand, we actually use letters instead. And the letters are PIMA, P-I-M-A. This comes from Spanish. And apologies for my pronunciation in advance, but P is pulgar, thumb. I is index or indices. M is middle or medio, so I and M are easy to remember because index and middle, those are the same in English. And ring is going to be angular, A. So it's a little bit unfortunate that we have the letter A because we have so many A notes on the guitar. We have the A string. It's kind of a pain, but I'll typically say ring finger. Sometimes I'll say A if I'm just talking about, P-I-M-A, something like that. Now you'll notice I didn't say anything about pinky. That is because we're actually not going to pluck strings using the pinky at all. We are only going to incorporate it maybe in some flamenco strums, some rasgueados. You can incorporate it there, but we don't use pinky to pluck because pinky is a really weak finger. Sometimes, very, very rarely, you will see it. Chiquito, it's the pinky, it might be C. So we have finger numbers with the left hand, finger letters with the right hand, body, neck, head, strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can remember that, just keep that all in mind. You are golden. You're going to be good to go.